the stuff of champions. Only his second Premier League goal of the season. And he arrows it into the top corner of Aretha. To Kepa's left. Alexander-Arnold takes it and scores it. He is something very special, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Kepa was rooted to his spot. Alexander-Arnold scores yet another free kick. And it's the champions 2, Chelsea 0.
I think the goalkeeper's got to do better with that.
Eddie Clear. Was there a hand stuck out there? It doesn't matter. It's 3-0. Jorginho Wijnaldum. There may have been a handball in that by a Chelsea player, but the ball broke to Wijnaldum and he lashes it into the net. And it's all going wrong here for Chelsea on a night they only need a point. Alonso, lovely. Surely a goal it is. It was a terrific save. Willian with the initial effort. Alisson made the save, and Olivier Giroud continues his fabulous form, and he's given Chelsea some hope just before the break. Liverpool 3, Chelsea 1.
Mason Mount's had 2 goes with his left foot, and one.
Le centre de
La galette Titus.
Beautiful. Christian Pulisic, the square ball. Gomez at the end of that as well was sent.
Pulisic, can he finish this one? He can. It's 4-3. What an impact he's made. Chelsea back in it and pressing for the Champions League.
He's smiling, but he's not smiling inside, I can assure you. This fella looks a superstar.
Jones in the middle, behind him, Oxlade-Chamberlain. Well, the goals have all been sweetly struck. They've all bulged the back of the net. And it's Liverpool 5, Chelsea 3.
Well, that's this Liverpool team in a nutshell.
Back. Spent a good deal of time in the lounge with those who had lost relatives, Andy. But that was my only time.
2019-20 Premier League end of season trophy presentation.
What a boy.
What a player.
Just for him, by the way, actually tonight, Andy, very satisfying evening. Jordan Henderson was one of his. He signed
Yes, he was.
Henderson.
Yes, he was. Yes, all those years ago. Correct.
Fergie criticised, didn't he? Said he didn't run the right way.
Didn't run properly.
Henderson's had the last laugh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think in amongst all the various wires that have been leaving Anfield tonight and the communications coming from that stadium, we have found Peter Drury, so we should return and enjoy the rest of this with him.
And now look, Shankly, Paisley, Fagan Dalglish, Jurgen Klopp, from another city in another land, and yet somehow born to this one. At once he understood Liverpool and Liverpool understood him. Simply a transformational leader. His values are their value, and now we are into the business. Alisson, considered by many the missing piece.
Well, you have to go back to Kiev and that horrible night for Loris Karius, and Liverpool had to do something about that position, and Alisson has delivered spectacularly for them.
Adrian has deputised more than he might have expected right from the very first night here when he came on against Norwich City, and when he has deputised, he has done so ably. But perhaps there is no deputy anywhere for Virgil van Dijk. Composure itself, utterly imperturbable.
He's the Anfield rock of that defence. He has made a remarkable difference on the football pitch, and not just because of his football, his composure, but his leadership, his command.
It has the look of a rock concert, this, with the light show, and he has the look of a rock star. Well, if Firmino and Salah don't get you, Sadio Mane will. The Holy Trinity up front for Liverpool has surpassed anything anyone else has to offer. His sheer dynamism, his different level. What a call from Naby Keita tonight. He chose his night all right. And then there's Mo, as if you could forget. Tiptoeing up on another 20-goal season in the Premier League, and this time a season. And finally, Jordan Henderson, 30 years old, the 30 years. The captain, a Dalglish investment, once doubted by some. The boy born in Sunderland in the summer of 1990 when Liverpool last ruled the land, and who grew one day to lift the European Cup, and a year later to follow now in the fabled footsteps of Ron Yates and Tommy Smith, Emlyn Hughes and Phil Thompson, Graham Souness and Alan Hansen to skip a Liverpool to the title. At the end of the season they feared may never end. The longest wait, a generation on and more, for the 19th time in their history, for the first time in the Premier League, in the never-to-be-forgotten year of 2020, the champions of England again at last are Liverpool. Champions of the world, they are the champions of Europe, and they are the champions of their own land. In this moment, no bird flies higher than the Liver bird. No club anywhere carries the kudos of